Greetings, Local 2627 sisters and brothers. Today is Monday, June 24th, and it's hot out. It's supposed to be in the mid-90s for the next couple of days, and I have to go out in it in a little bit. Anyway, let me give you a couple of quick updates. The Campaign Finance Board is holding up John Liu's funds until sometime in August. Now, of course, this is going to put him at a disadvantage over the other candidates because, you know, whatever money's collected is 6 to 1, so he would get 6 times the amount of money that he actually collected. Now, what I found out today by looking at the internet and whatnot, originally this all started with FBI undercover sting to check out John Liu. Now, of course, when there's any type of sting, they always set you up and do things, and you know, and if you're not up on what's going on, you may make some mistakes. Now, the money that we're talking about is $14,000 in total, and we're talking about it's spread out between 29 contributions ranging from $50 to $1,000. Now, my major question is, why did they look at John Liu, and why did they start looking at John Liu? I mean, why did the FBI? Because somebody told them to. I mean, what about the other candidates? Now, to me, this is very peculiar. They're doing everything to make sure that this man does not become the mayor of the city of New York. Everything. Why? Because he's hitting people in their pocketbooks. These consultants, the people in City Hall they're lining their pockets. I mean, people are making money, and John Liu is exposing this. John Liu is standing up to the mayor and saying the right thing. So don't let this sway you. We are still supporting John Liu, and there are still other unions coming on board supporting John Liu. Let me talk to you about provisional appointments. If you're in a permanent position and you're offered a provisional position in a higher title, then you can take the provisional position because your permanent title will stay there as long as you're provisional. By no means do you resign from your permanent position. You will automatically go on a leave of absence from your permanent position. Now, anytime a list comes out, a test and a list comes out, anybody who comes on that list is appointed into those provisional positions. So what I'm saying is, if you're in a provisional position and a test comes out, you need to take that test, because when the test is graded and the list is made, they're going to have to appoint the people from that list in that provisional position. Now, one good thing about it is, if you didn't take the test and you're not called from the list yourself, you will fall back onto your permanent position. Now, in the case of permanent employees going from that come off this list, and you have a permanent position already, you have that year of probation. And when you pass that probation, some of it could be waived, but when you pass that probation, the original permanent title is eliminated, and the new title is your title. So again, let me remind people, provisional, it's already taken a provisional position if you have a permanent position, because they have to hold that permanent position open. If you're provisional going from provisional, then this is a moot point. You're provisional regardless. We're having DC 37 Research Negotiation had to file for a hearing at Office of Labor Relations because DOHMH has set a flex time policy, which is kind of contrary to the way the flex time policy should be handled. Case in point, the flex time, they're saying that they will allow you to have it sometime, but they don't want you to use it every day. I mean, things like that are nonsense. They don't make sense. So this policy has to be investigated, and we have to negotiate this at OLR because DOHMH refused to sit down at the table with us and talk about this. I'm proud to say that the Delegates meeting will be back at 125 Barclay Street tomorrow. The first meeting held back at the DC 37 building. Everybody should be back in that building by the end of July. Now, one other thing I'd like to mention. Last week I spoke about the dependent audit. I'm sorry. If you haven't filled it out yet, stop. Don't fill it out and don't turn it in. This is kind of contradictory to what I said last week because I've gotten additional information. You have until September 20th deadline to fill in this paperwork. But there's some questions that came up that I need to discuss, and I will discuss them at the Delegates meeting tomorrow night. And I should have additional information for you on that by my President's report next Monday. So hold off on it. Like I'm saying, we have plenty of time. We have almost 3 months before you have to respond to it. So please take care of it. Don't take care of it until you hear some additional word from me. Good and welfare this week. I'm sad to say that from HHC, Brett Talesford, his father passed away. From HRA, Leslie Simmons, her mother passed away. And by the way, Leslie Simmons is one of our longtime activists at HRA. Also from HRA, Carl Ginsberg, his mother passed away. As usual, our love and our empathy goes out to these members, and we hope that these trying times find them a little bit better in the near future. In solidarity, this is Robert Ajayi. I'll speak to you next week.